What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we go over what some coaches and Michigan players are saying ahead of Michigan State, as well as what they are doing to prepare for the game. Jim Harbaugh also talks about J.J. McCarthy potentially becoming the best quarterback in Michigan history. Also, Michigan now the favorite to win the national championship, and we're also going to be going over how some Michigan football commits performed over the weekend. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So I first want to start by talking about what Jim Harbaugh said to the media today as he had his weekly press conference. First off, he praised J.J. McCarthy yet again. I did talk about him, running the ball, taking potentially unnecessary hits. He said there are quarterback-driven plays that we run where the quarterback has an option to hand the ball off or keep and pull the ball. And he said that I've been saying the last several months, which is I think JJ is a once-in-a-generation quarterback. And he said that JJ has shown to be on path to be the best quarterback in Michigan history. He said he's had 213 drives. We've scored on 130 of those drives. And he said 96 have been touchdowns. He said there's no statistic that demonstrates the quality of quarterback play more than that statistic in my mind. And he said moving forward, JJ will be the quarterback that all future quarterbacks are compared to. He also talked about handling the pressure of being undefeated heading into a rivalry game. He said these are huge games every single week, and there's definitely a November mentality. He said that's when you are in a chase for the championship, you're in a run for the championship. And he said they are decided in November if you put yourself in position to be in position. And he said, but November is here for us, it's here for us now, so the time is now. He also talked about preparing for Michigan State. He said I think it's a tough team. I think Coach Barnett's got them playing really well and got them on the move. And he said it's for the state championship. And also he talked about preparing to play on grass. He said we're going to practice on grass this week, and we've had success on grass. The last game we lost was on grass, which was against TCU. Then he also said that's about the only thing different to do. Not going to be anything else different. We're going to prepare to practice on the grass like we've done in the past. He also talked about the 3-year stretch of successful football for Michigan. He said it's been a happy mission. He said a thing I've noticed the most, the guys play for each other and so do the coaches. He said any sports team, any sports organization, any business would probably kill for the kind of culture and vibe that we enjoy on a daily basis. He also talked about Benjamin Hall's great performance against Indiana. He said it's been good. I mean, go back to the spring game, he was tremendous. He's been tremendous. And I also said that he was working through an injury, but now he's back. And he said he's got the vision, the balance, and the speed and the running instincts to be a real great running back. And he also gave an update on Kalel Mullings, whether he'll be able to return from injury. All he said was soon. That's what Jim Harbaugh had to say to the media today. Then Blake Corum also spoke to the media, but before we get into that, I did want to mention the college football playoff championship odds for the 2023 season, as Michigan is now the betting favorite to win the national championship this season, as they lead the way, sitting at a plus 320 odds to win the national title this year, with Georgia being at 325 right behind them. So pretty interesting there. Michigan now the betting favorite to win the national championship. This team has been as dominant as anybody in college football, so it doesn't surprise me there. But now let's go ahead and talk about what Blake Corum said to the media today. And he talked about the game against Michigan State. He said we treat the game like the rivalry it is. He said we were not really focused on what happened last year. He said first we're going to handle business during the week, going to watch a lot of film, and then Saturday we'll go in there and just handle business like always, like we have the past couple games. He also talked about his own legacy as he continues to climb up Michigan's records. He said I have a lot more to chase. I'll never catch Coach Hart in rushing yards, won't even catch Denard, but it does feel good being up there in touchdowns and maybe yards per carry and things like that. He said I just want to leave a legacy. It doesn't matter about the stats that I put up, I just want to be remembered. And obviously, the main reason he came back is to leave his legacy and win a national championship here at Michigan. He also talked about a potential breakout game coming. He said, "I sure hope so. I'll keep my head down, keep pushing. I know those big runs are going to come, but most importantly, there's the team success. That's what I'm most happy about. Everyone's eating." And he also said, talking about his health, that at this point, with the fewer carries he's getting, I could probably play 3 games back to back to back same day. That's how good I feel. So that is great news there. Now, a couple other players talked about the upcoming game against Michigan State. First off, Roman Wilson. He said they're always going to come in here no matter where we're at. They're going to try to kick our ass. Said you got to have that same energy every time. It doesn't matter what happens after the game, before the game. All that matters is what happens when we step on that field. Michael Barrett also said, prepare the same way we prepare every week. He said these games always going to be tough, always going to be gritty, probably going to end up raining like a tsunami or something like that. You never know with this kind of game, so just kind of get to prepare for anything, just getting ready. Jalen Harrell also said, obviously we know what happened last year, but we can't let our emotions get the best of us. Keep the main thing the main thing. It's a big game. We got to handle business throughout, prepare, and not let it get to us. So Michigan prepares for the game against Michigan State as they go on the road at night, and hopefully, we can go out there and dominate from start to finish against our rival Michigan State and handle business against little bro. But the next thing I want to talk about is how some Michigan commits performed over the weekend. And we'll first start with Jaden Davis, as he had probably his worst performance of the season. He went 16-23 for 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. However, his team still won 47-13, so not bad for his bad game. On the season, he is 126 of 162 for 2,218 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He also just got downgraded on the On3 rankings, so that's cool to know. He had a great season all the way up to this point. In fact, he had 0 interceptions on the season about a couple weeks ago. So Jaden Davis continuing to be doubted in the recruiting rankings, but that is fine. Michigan knows what kind of quarterback they got themselves. Running back Micah Kapana and running back Jordan Marshall, I guess really didn't play too much. Micah Kapana ran the ball 2 times for 9 yards on the season. He has 41 carries, 476 yards, 5 touchdowns, and also 11 catches for 130 yards. Jordan Marshall didn't play in the second half of Archbishop Moeller's 28-21 loss to Lakewood St. Edward High School. Wide receiver Channing Goodwin caught 5 passes for 73 yards and a touchdown in the win with Jaden Davis. Devin Baxter, the edge, he had 7 total tackles, including 1 sack and a 47-6 win. The 4-star defensive lineman Bobby Conka from Howell, Michigan, in the 2025 class, he went crazy with 12 total tackles, 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles in a 43-7 win. So not too many crazy stat lines for Michigan commits this week. However, there was still some good performances by Channing Goodwin. Jaden Davis, still had 2 touchdowns for 246 yards, and Bobby Conka and Devin Baxter both had great games. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.